Hi, a very good morning to all of you and welcome to the class. And today I'm going to talk about writing task and writing task 2. Now, I have always been training students, but today I'm going to train you as teachers because you have to do the checking, and there are a lot of times where the teachers, they come up to me and they ask me that what are the parameters that we have to keep in mind while checking a student's paper. Now, when I talk about checking the papers, you have to check the paper in such a manner that the student end up scoring around 7 bands plus, because I never ever talk about 6 or 6.5, we always target 7 plus. So when you give the question, when you're basically giving the question to the student and specifically with task 2, the first thing that you have to keep in mind is basically that the students have written minimum 250 words, because if you write anything less than 250 words, then you get negative marking. So the entire essay should be minimum 250 words to maximum 270, 280. That keeps depending upon student to student. The other thing that you have to keep in mind that the student should complete the essay. That means that the essay should have an introduction, it should have the body paragraphs, and it should definitely have a conclusion, because if they don't write conclusion, the examiner will be, deducting the marks, or they'll be getting very less bands, and that can be a big time problem. Now, whatever question that you give to the student, basically there are different types of essay question, be it from the direct question to the, discuss both the views, give your opinion, agree, disagree. I'm sure you are aware about it. So what you have to understand is when you're reading the question, when you're reading the first paragraph, you need to understand that, whether the introduction that has been given, is it relating to the question that has been asked? In the sense like, is the rephrasing correct or not? And the second thing that you have to keep in mind is basically, is the student aware or clear about the type of question? So if he or she is not clear, then again he or she will be in a position to score very less bands. So the introduction should be crystal clear. That's very, very important. Secondly, you have to keep in mind is whatever the question is, when the student is writing the answer, it should specify the need of the question. The student should understand. Quite a number of times you'll be seeing that the students start writing pretty well, but gradually after 4th line or 5th line, it is out of track, in the sense out of context. The question is asking something else and they're writing something else, and they feel that, okay, fine, I've managed to give a paragraph, I've written like 60 words or 80 words in a paragraph, I'll be getting marks. Sorry, that won't happen. Why it won't happen? Because if the question, the subject is not referred, and the whatever the content is related to the subject is not there, then there will be a big time issue. Apart from that, whenever a student is writing an essay, you have to be very careful and tell the students that you need to explain it. You just can't give ideas, or don't give too many ideas. I've seen students writing firstly this happens, 2 lines, and then secondly. So if they are giving 2 to 3 ideas, that will not serve the purpose. If they are giving an idea, they have to explain the idea, and that can be done with the help of examples. So example is very important. They can give personal examples also, and they should not give examples like the survey examples, because they are very fabricated. So that should be definitely be avoided by the students. Another thing that you have to keep in mind is like when the student is basically writing the essay, it is important that the student should highlight basically the technical vocabulary. Technical vocabulary, again, I don't mean that they have to write very heavy words. Write simple words, but they need to write words which are associated with the topic. So that is important, So say for example, there's something related to internet, So a small little word, which is a very basic word every student knows, is like browse, while browsing the internet. So that word browse is basically a technical word which is related to internet, right? So these are the kind of words, basically they have to incorporate while you're writing any essays.